TJ Warren, you are a New York Knick. Another day and another move for Leon Rose as we get closer and closer to tip-off of the 2024 NBA season. The Knicks have signed veteran scorer TJ Warren, and we're going to break it down on today's video. That's why you subscribe to the channel, though. Video number 2 of the day, video number 8 in the last 3 days. We put out non-stop videos, non-stop coverage of your New York Knicks. So if you love the Knicks and you want free videos every day and you want to beat the Celtics on opening night and subscribers picked up this month, smash that sub button and let's talk about it. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for stopping by as we react to another move that the New York Knicks have made. And this one involves veteran forward. I'd call him a scoring forward, and that is TJ Warren. A little background information on him. He was the 14th overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft out of NC State. He spent 6 seasons in his career with the Phoenix Suns, 2 with the Indiana Pacers, and he split time with Minnesota, Brooklyn, and Phoenix the last 2 years. I was actually shocked when I got the news that the Knicks were signing him, and I was like, you know what, how old is Warren? He's got to be 34, 35. He's 31 years old. There's still some tread left on the tires for Mr. Warren. He's got prototypical forward size in the NBA, 6'8", 220 pounds. Last year, he averaged 3.7 points per game, 2 rebounds, just shy of an assist, and shot 44% from the field. This is an Exhibit 10 deal for TJ Warren. And a lot of people are going, Marshall, what is an Exhibit 10 deal? Well, this is what Google told me. An Exhibit 10 contract is a 1-year minimum salary deal that is non-guaranteed, essentially a training camp invite for Warren. So he's going to go to training camp with the New York Knicks and have an opportunity to prove that he deserves to be a part of this 15-man roster heading into the 2024 season. You look at what Warren's done over the last 4 years, and you look back at that 2020-2021 season, did only play in 4 games there, but he showed you he could still get it done, averaging 15.5 points there. And this is a guy that's always been a bucket getter. Throughout his career, wherever he's been, people look at Warren to be a guy that can face up in the mid-range and knock it down the catch and shoot 3. Last couple of years, though, some injuries, age, and really playing time have all kind of diminished for him. But man, from 2016 to 2021, Warren was looked at as one of the better scorers in the NBA. Over that 292-game stretch, he was giving you almost 17 points per game, nearly 5 boards, and he was extremely efficient as well. Anytime you're shooting above 50% from the field as a jump shooter, you're in that top upper echelon, and he shot 36% from 3. He is a guy that can go and get a bucket when you need to go and get a bucket. At 31, can he still do that? We'll figure out how he plays in training camp. But we can never forget what TJ Bubble Warren did. Remember that 2020, the end of the season, when COVID happened and he went into the bubble and he was playing like an all-star. He was playing like an MVP player. He was playing like a guy that you could build an organization around. In 10 games in the bubble, the guy averaged 26.6 points per game, 6+ boards, and he was extremely efficient from the field. 54% from the deck, nearly 47+% from downtown. This is a guy that had some big-time games in the bubble. He had 53 points against the Sixers, 34 against the Washington Wizards, 32 against Orlando. And then when he got to the playoffs, he played well as well. Even before the playoffs, 39 points in the last regular season game. And he actually ended up averaging 20 points per game in that playoff series for Indiana against the Miami Heat. And he played a lot of minutes, too. Playing 39 minutes for Indiana where they did lose, but he averaged 20 points per game, shot 47% from the deck, and almost 37% from downtown. This is a guy that can go and get you a bucket. He's going to have to go out and make this roster, though. He's going to have to go show Tom Thibodeau, show everybody else on this team that he is still someone that can put the ball in the basket. If you talk about what the Knicks are lacking at this point on this roster, following the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, it's depth at that wing spot, and it's another guy that can go and get a bucket when they need him to be. I don't know if Warren could be that guy late in the games, but maybe he can come off the bench, give you 10 minutes, and maybe give you 4 or 5 points, knock down a couple of threes, some face-up jumpers, and if Brunson's out of the game, maybe a guy that you could throw the ball to at the extended elbow, face up, and go get a bucket. TJ Warren, though, he's a Knick, and I'll never forget what he did in the bubble. It was unreal. It was a lot of fun to watch. It's not going to be as fun as this season, man, though. I have never been more excited for a New York Knicks season. Welcome our guy, though, TJ Warren, to the New York Knicks. Show him some love. Type those TJs down in the comments section. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Free, informative, and entertaining videos every single day. When the Knicks make a move, we make a video. We've been on top of everything all summer long. That's why you subscribe to the channel. Tune in, and let's go Knicks. Look, he's got a shot to make the roster. I know the financials are going to be really tricky with the New York Knicks, and maybe he's going to have to sign a veteran minimum deal. Or maybe he's going to have to make the team over a guy like Landry Shamet or something along those lines. But I like the idea of the Knicks. Give a guy a chance that's proven in this sling decade he can go and score. He fits and fills a little bit of a need, as I would like to say. And really, it's a no-risk deal. It's not guaranteed. Come out, show me what you got, and maybe you can make the opening day roster for the Knicks. With the dust settling and the trade officially official, this is what the Knicks have on their roster at this point. At the point guard spot, Jalen Brunson's going to be your starter. Expecting big things again from JB. He's got better every single year of his career, and I expect the same. Behind him, I actually love the depth. Cam Payne, a veteran sign that I feel like kind of went under the radar. I don't know if I'm expecting the world from Mr. Cam Payne, but I do think he is somebody that's going to be able to have some spot minutes for you and be productive. Then you got the rookie Tyler Kolek backing him up. At that two-guard spot, you got Mikal Bridges, who's most likely going to start for this basketball team. And at the end of the day, you want to call him a two-guard, you want to call him a wing, whatever it is, the Knicks are going to play positionless basketball 2 through 4, and that's going to be Bridges, Hart, and Anunoby. You're going to have Miles McBride coming off the bench, probably your first guard off the bench this year. And they got Landry Shamet, who's also on a training camp deal, just like Warren and just like Chuma Okeke. At that forward spot, small forward, Josh Hart could be in line to start there. Maybe he comes off the bench and McBride's actually the 2 and Bridges is the 3. We're going to do a video on that coming up pretty soon on the channel. That's why you subscribe. Then behind Hart, you're going to guys like Pacome Dadier and then Chuma Okeke and TJ Warren, who are both on training camp deals. That's going to be the competition. That's going to be the position battle all training camp to watch. One of them will make the roster. One of them will not. At the power forward spot, or the other wing spot, as I like to call it, OG Anunoby is going to start there. Precious Achiuwa will be his first backup. And then TJ Warren, who is on a training camp deal, he'll have the opportunity to prove himself. Knicks have some solid center depth. I know Mitchell Robinson is hurt at this time, and he's probably not going to come back till late December or early January. But I like what they got, man. Karl-Anthony Towns, I think he's going to show and remind everybody why in 2016 and 2017, NBA GMs voted him as the number 1 player that they would like to build a franchise around. I think he's a natural center, and the way that the game is played with pace and space, I think he's going to have a career year. I like the backup of Robinson. That's a perfect backup for Karl-Anthony Towns. You can play multiple different styles. You can win multiple different fights. Then you're looking at Jericho Sims, who we're all fans of, James Nagy. Then you could also include Ariel Huck-Porty, who is on a 2-way deal with the New York Knicks. So here's your roster. Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, Towns, Payne, Kolek, McBride, Dadier, Achiuwa, and Sims, Robinson. Then guys that may be on the roster, look at Shamet, Okeke, and Warren, all on Exhibit 9 and Exhibit 10 deals. You own the rights to James Nagy. Unsure if he will be over there this year. Most likely not. But those are the guys that are officially on your roster. Then you got some 2-way deals as well. Jacob Toppin, year 2 in the NBA. He's on a 2-way contract. Kevin McCullough Jr., the rookie out of Kansas, he's on a 2-way deal, as well as Ariel Huck-Porty. Shout out to Bobby Marks for this photo, kind of just putting finishing touches on everything we're saying. You're looking at your starting 5. He's penciled in Josh Hart there. I'm not sure that Josh Hart will be the full-time starter. Maybe Deuce McBride is that guy. But right now, the New York Knicks are projected to have $185.35 million in projected salary. They're $3.6 million below the second apron. They are hard capped there, so they cannot spend more than $189 million. Then how do they fill out the rest of their roster? Because you got to have 14 guaranteed deals, I believe, 14, and you can go to 15. You can either keep Shamet or sign a veteran minimum, or convert one of the two-way players to a full-time deal. A two-way conversion is $1.15 million, and a veteran minimum is $2.1. So maybe Shamet makes the roster, or Okiki, or a guy like TJ Warren, and then you convert one of the two-way guys. Maybe it's Toppin, maybe it's Tuck Porty, or maybe it is Kevin McCullough Jr. We're getting close, man. The first preseason game's this Sunday. Fortunately, we won't go live on the channel because I got to watch the Dookie New York Giants. But we're going to be live on Wednesday for the second preseason game. That's why you subscribe, turn notifications on. Before we bounce on out of here, though, I want you to get down in the comments, grade the Knicks roster 1 to 100 as the Houston Astros are out of the playoffs. It's a lock. The Yankees are going to go win it all again. Follow me on Twitter. Hit me up, and let's go Knicks.